Book summary: Wuthering Heights, Emily Bronte's Gothic masterpiece of love and revenge. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, first published in 1847 under the pseudonym Ellis Bell, is a singular achievement in English literature. With its bleak yet beautiful depiction of passion, revenge, and the relentless power of love, the novel challenges both the conventions of Victorian fiction and the expectations of readers. Set in the stormy Yorkshire moors, Wuthering Heights transcends time with its haunting narrative and complex characters, firmly establishing itself as a timeless Gothic masterpiece. This summary explores the novel's specific elements, its narrative structure, character dynamics, themes, setting, and enduring legacy. Narrative structure and point of view. One of the most distinctive features of Wuthering Heights is its layered narrative. The story is conveyed primarily through the voice of Nelly Dean, the housekeeper, who recounts the history of the Earnshaw and Linton families to Mr. Lockwood, a newcomer to the area and tenant at Thrushcross Grange. This use of a framed narrative gives the story an oral, intimate quality, while simultaneously challenging the reliability of the narrator. Lockwood's brief and occasionally oblivious interjections add a detached, sometimes comedic lens to the otherwise intense emotional world of the novel. This dual perspective offers a complex view of the characters and events. Readers must navigate the biases and limitations of the narrators, particularly Nelly, whose opinions color her descriptions and interpretations. The embedded narratives allow Brontë to explore memory, perception, and the unreliability of personal accounts, while maintaining narrative tension and intrigue, character development, and interpersonal dynamics. At the heart of Wuthering Heights is the tumultuous relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw. Their love, characterized by obsession and a refusal to conform to societal norms, serves as both the driving force and the central tragedy of the novel. Heathcliff is an orphan of ambiguous origin, brought to Wuthering Heights by Mr. Earnshaw. Initially mistreated by Hindley Earnshaw, Heathcliff's early years are shaped by abuse and alienation. His passionate love for Catherine is sincere, yet it morphs into a consuming need for possession and revenge when she chooses to marry Edgar Linton for social status. Heathcliff's transformation from a victim to a ruthless oppressor is one of the novel's most compelling arcs. He embodies the archetypal Byronic hero, brooding, passionate, and vengeful. Catherine Earnshaw is equally complex. Wild and free-spirited, she shares a profound bond with Heathcliff, whom she famously describes as more herself than she is. Yet, she also succumbs to the expectations of her class, marrying Edgar Linton to maintain her social standing. Catherine's internal conflict between passion and propriety ultimately leads to her physical and psychological decline. Edgar Linton, Catherine's husband, offers a stark contrast to Heathcliff. Cultured and genteel, Edgar represents societal order and emotional restraint. While he genuinely loves Catherine, he cannot fully comprehend or satisfy the elemental connection she shares with Heathcliff. Isabella Linton, Edgar's sister, becomes another victim of Heathcliff's revenge. Her misguided infatuation with him results in a violent and degrading marriage, illustrating Bronte's critique of romantic idealism and patriarchal control. The novel's second generation, Cathy Linton, Catherine's daughter, Hareton Earnshaw, Hindley's son, and Linton Heathcliff, Heathcliff and Isabella's sickly son, mirror the dynamics of their predecessors but offer a redemptive arc. Cathy and Hareton's evolving relationship suggests the possibility of healing, growth, and genuine connection, contrasting with the destructive love of Catherine and Heathcliff. Themes and symbolism. Wuthering Heights is rich with thematic depth, exploring love, revenge, social class, nature, and the supernatural. 1. Love and obsession. Brontë presents love not as a source of joy but as an intense, often destructive force. Heathcliff and Catherine's relationship defies rationality and morality, blurring the line between love and obsession. Their passion consumes them and damages everyone around them, underscoring love's potential for both ecstasy and devastation. 2. Revenge and cyclical violence. Heathcliff's life becomes a vehicle for revenge against those who wronged him. His need for retribution perpetuates suffering across generations, highlighting how vengeance can become a self-perpetuating cycle that harms the avenger as much as the victims. 3. Class and social structure. Social mobility, or the lack thereof, plays a significant role in Heathcliff's marginalization. Catherine's rejection of Heathcliff for Edgar underscores the rigid class boundaries of Victorian England. Brontë critiques the societal structures that value wealth and birthright over emotional truth. 4. Nature versus civilization. The novel's two houses symbolize opposing forces. Wuthering Heights, exposed to the elements, represents wildness, instinct, and emotional intensity. Thrushcross Grange, sheltered and orderly, symbolizes civility, culture, and repression. Characters are shaped by these environments, and their movement between the two reflects internal and external conflicts. 5. The supernatural. Ghosts and supernatural elements pervade the novel, beginning with Lockwood's eerie dream of Catherine's ghost and culminating in the final suggestion of Heathcliff and Catherine's spirits haunting the moors. The supernatural serves as a metaphor for unresolved emotions, guilt, and the idea that some connections transcend death. Symbolism is central to Bronte's storytelling. The moors symbolize both freedom and desolation, mirroring the emotional landscape of the characters. Windows and doors often denote thresholds between different worlds: life and death, love and loss, safety and exposure. These symbols enrich the novel's thematic layers. Setting and atmosphere, the Yorkshire moors are more than a backdrop, they are a living force in the novel. Bronte's descriptions evoke a sense of isolation, wildness, and sublimity. The moors reflect the inner lives of the characters, particularly Heathcliff and Catherine, whose identities are inextricably tied to the land. This interplay between setting and character enhances the Gothic atmosphere, lending the novel its dark, brooding tone. The architectural and emotional contrast between Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange reinforces the novel's central tensions. The former is tempestuous, decaying, and raw, while the latter is polished, calm, and constrained. These houses are characters in their own right, shaping and echoing the psychological states of their inhabitants. Literary style and innovations, Bronte's prose is at once lyrical and visceral. Her command of dialect, particularly in the speech of Joseph, adds realism and local color. Her psychological insight, especially into characters like Heathcliff and Catherine, was groundbreaking for its time. The novel's nonlinear narrative and shifting perspectives challenge traditional storytelling, making Wuthering Heights a precursor to modernist experimentation. Reception and legacy. Upon its publication, Wuthering Heights received mixed reviews. Victorian critics were unsettled by its moral ambiguity, violent characters, and bleak worldview. However, as literary tastes evolved, the novel gained recognition for its originality and emotional depth. 20th century critics hailed Brontë as a visionary, and the novel is now regarded as a cornerstone of English literature. Wuthering Heights has inspired countless adaptations, from films and television series to operas and ballets. Its themes of doomed love and haunted memory continue to resonate with readers and creators alike. The character of Heathcliff, in particular, has become an iconic figure, a symbol of passionate extremity and existential torment. Conclusion: Wuthering Heights is a novel of fierce contradictions: love that destroys, revenge that consumes, and redemption that arrives only after generations of suffering. Emily Brontë crafted a narrative that defies easy categorization, blending Gothic horror with romantic idealism and social critique. Her portrayal of raw human emotion, combined with a haunting setting and innovative narrative structure, ensures the novel's enduring impact. By the time readers reach the tentative resolution of Cathy and Hareton's love story, the novel suggests that healing is possible, though never simple. Wuthering Heights ultimately confronts the reader with the question of what it means to truly love, and whether such love can ever exist without destruction. It remains, more than 175 years after its publication, a profound and unsettling exploration of the human soul.